Good morning and mahalo to our West Oahu Ohana for that wonderful, wonderful welcome. Um, just a few items this morning. I want to comment on enrollment since classes started last week, and this is the time when we have a pretty good understanding of who we have at our campuses or online with our campuses, if not at. As of yesterday, our system-wide headcount enrollment for this spring is up 3% from the same day last year, so 9 days after the start of instruction. The community colleges in Manoa lead the increases with 4.4% and 3% respectively. And as throughout the country, and as we described to you in more detail last November, regional university enrollments continue to be challenged here and everywhere. Our increases in student semester hours, that's the actual number of students in courses, and it adjusts for part-time, full-time. Those increases and changes are almost exactly the same as the headcount increases. So that's a good sign as well. The nicest thing, and we shared a detailed breakdown with you in November, and you can go back and look at that. But as a system, we have overall increases from last year in degree-seeking students, early college students, and students enrolled in courses at more than one campus, all of which are very positive. I want to take a little bit of time to talk about the University of Hawaiʻi at Manoa football really relationship with the new Aloha Stadium, which there was a major press conference at the governor's office last month. Yeah, last month. And that press conference involved the governor, the stadium authority, and UH, and it was to announce the next steps in building the new Aloha Stadium. Everyone who came over from the town side drove past the site. The current approach is fundamentally different than every prior model that has been proposed, suggested, legislated. This time it is a design, build, operate, maintain, or DBOM model. And what that means is the state will provide the land and a substantial amount of money, something like $350 million, but a private developer will be responsible with a set of private partners to design, to build, to operate, and to maintain the new stadium. That private developer will benefit from revenue from the stadium as well as the surrounding mixed-use district that will be developed. Right now, the estimate is about 4,500 residences as well. So for us, what that means is that our relationship moving forward will be with a private stadium operator rather than the public stadium authority with which we previously operated under an agency-to-agency memorandum of agreement. And I'm happy to say Ryan Andrews, the executive director of the stadium authority, is here. He just didn't sign up to testify. So thank you, Ryan, for your partnership. UH has been crystal clear from my first days as interim president, certainly, that our primary concerns regarding a new stadium are really, one, that our fans, players, and coaches have a modern Division I FBS caliber home football facility, and two, that UH has a better financial arrangement with the stadium where we play our home football games than what Aloha Stadium, frankly, was able to provide us. In spite of all of the goodwill and strong relationship we had. And I should say that was financially better for UH than playing in our temporary Ching-Field stadium as we expect to do till the 2028 season. So that's easy to say those two things, but right now we don't know who the developer will be. We don't know who the stadium operator partner will be. So the approach that we are taking is to work with the NASED, New Aloha Stadium Entertainment District, the project team, to insert into the RFP the elements of what we believe will be a fair deal that is positive for UH. And if that's in the RFP, it sets out that framework for the prospective bidders. This will ensure that the developer and operator understand the expectations of the state going in. UH should be a beneficiary of the state's investment of land and dollars, and that our 10 or so days of usage per year should not be a primary revenue source for what needs to be a 365-day-a-year operation. So we've had very positive meetings with the state, the Stadium Authority, DBAD, to whom they are administratively attached. They understand and agree with what we're trying to accomplish together, and we are collaborating with them now to develop specific language for the RFP that will describe the state's expectation of the relationship between the selected stadium operator and UH. And I just want to outline some of those elements. First, we need to not lose ground on any of the aspects of the prior relationship that the Stadium Authority was able to help us with. We need scheduling priority for our home games and our bowl game, as we had, ensuring that UH is not expected to pay rent. UH retains our ticket revenue. UH retains revenue from our TV, radio, streaming rights, and UH continues to pay out-of-pocket expenses. That's, sort of a grounding of the relationship. We've also identified existing areas where we can improve our financial relationship. The key changes we're looking at now that will make significant differences for UH include UH will buy all fan parking from the operator and resell at market rates, retaining the proceeds. Previously, we only purchased a subset of the available fan parking. And also, and this is a big one, UH will receive a share of food and beverage revenue generated at UH events. As we ironically commented, we didn't get revenue from the food and beverage, but we helped clean up the output. There are also opportunities for new revenue in a new stadium. Premium seating in modern stadiums is very different than what was available at Aloha Stadium, which opened in the 70s. Revenue sharing is complicated by the fact that stadium operators often sell packages that include options for all events, not just UH football, which again is only about 10 days a year at the most. So we're still working through the details, but the concepts we have agreed on is that UH will financially benefit from the sales of premium suites and loge seatings at UH events. This was not a possibility before. And modern stadiums also provide for what are called club seats. And that's the clubs where people can mingle and watch the game. And we'll also share revenue from the club seating at UH events. And finally, there will also be greater opportunity for temporary advertising and sponsorships, especially digital, which is easier to adapt event by event. Some may be sold for all events, but UH will receive a significant share of all the temporary event level advertising and sponsorship revenue generated during UH games. So again, language implementing these concepts will be included in the RFP that's now being created to initiate this progressive procurement process over the spring. A selectee is expected to be named by fall 2024, with contract award planned for summer 2025. So just about a year and a half from now. This schedule of a contract in summer 2025 is intended to support a construction schedule that will enable opening our football season. And I checked the dates. We will be playing Kansas at the new Aloha Stadium on August 26, 2028. The last thing I want to mention as part of my part of the Pres report is Vice President Sirmos will be giving a report next month, I think, but I'm happy to report that as of the data last night, our total extramural funding, this is system-wide for the year, is just over 344 million. That's about a 4% increase from the same day last year, which was itself a record-breaking year. So we're on track for another really good year in extramural funding.